Oh my goodness. I have tried recording my TBR game 3 times. This will be the 4th. Wow. Okay. Hey guys, my name is Beck. This is Beck's Books. I am so happy. We're about to have some fun. I have a friend. Hi. Hello. Hello, sir. That's my friend filming today. I have a friend. I have a friend filming with me today. Welcome to Beck's Books. We're going to be playing some Beck's Book bingo. We might get a little messy. It's all good. If this is your first time stumbling on my channel, I'd recommend starting at Beck's Books Bingo May edition. That's when I really started to get the hang of what I was doing. My very first video ever that I posted on BookTube was here playing this game, and I had a lot of fun doing it, but it was definitely my first video. So please keep that in mind. If you want to see me at my prime, start in May, and then I think they're all pretty good after that. So far I haven't wanted to take off those first couple of videos because I don't know, they're kind of nostalgic for me, and yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll archive them. We'll see. But let's get started. If you want, you can just follow along. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's not a hard game. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it as we go along. Now, the first thing we have to look at is how I did on last month's game. Did I finish? So did I read all of these books? Yes. Yes, I did. Plus the one that's not here, I listened to it as an audiobook. It was my book club's pick for the month, and that was Crying in H Mart by Michelle. That was Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner. I'll put a picture here. I listened to it. I did finish it. I read this one. I listened to Black Beauty. I did read the Testaments, and I'm currently reading John Adams by David McCullough. Let's just get to the fact that that was a very, like, I'm so proud of myself for reading all of those books, because that's not like fun fantasy or contemporary. I read a lot of nonfiction and just very hard-hitting books, and I'm really proud of myself for doing that. And I'm hoping this round, just because of how hard-hitting last month's was, I'm hoping for a little bit more fun, light-hearted reads this month, especially because I am still currently reading John Adams. But nonetheless, we'll just see what the game does. No matter what, it's gonna be a fun time. We'll take it as it comes. But because I did finish, I get to take a reward. The rewards, only like 1 or 2 are actually bookish related. It's like a book doesn't impact you if you don't finish and stuff like that. But the rest are just fun things for like my everyday life. It could be like an outing or something to do with a friend or something that I get to eat, you know, things like that. Just because in the actual bingo cage, we have the red prompts and the pink prompts, and the red are like scary prompts and the pink prompts are like happy and good prompts. So the punishments and rewards are kind of separate from the game unless it's books not impacting me or we're adding books. Okay, so let's see what my reward is going to be. Guilty pleasure meal. Hell yeah. Yes. Okay. So for a dinner, I get to eat something that I normally would feel guilty about or I would like avoid, and I'm actually gonna just enjoy it. I'm gonna self-love myself. And this is perfect because we're going to the Draft House, which is a movie theater that has alcohol and really yummy food. And so I'm gonna order whatever I want off of that Draft House menu. And I'm gonna enjoy myself and enjoy the menu and enjoy hanging out with friends. And that's my reward. That is a great reward. I'm really excited. All right, so we're gonna go on to number 1 of the cage spin. And we got a green. So that's just gonna be a basic prompt, not bad or good or anything like that. It's just basic. It's a basic girl.
You're basic.
And it's number 75. Okay, so it wasn't on the bingo card, and that's okay. And I'm gonna shuffle up these green prompts. There's a lot of them, as you can see. I have a stack of books that I've put off to the side to like remind myself what I need to try to get to, what I want to try to get to. And here's to hoping that this is gonna let me do that. Okay, so the first prompt is a book that represents Louie. So 1 second. So this is Lucifer, or Louie. He's named after the cat in Cinderella.
Cinderella?
He's definitely a one-person kind of guy. So I need to find a book that I think represents this cat. That represents Lucifer, or Lulu's, or Louie. What do you think, Louie? What do you think represents you? Okay, let me think about what represents my cat and get the fur off of me, and I'll be right back. I have made a decision. And before I show what book I've decided represents Louie, and then before I explain why it represents Louie, let me just say I know that I'm a fool because I've had this book on this game at least twice before and I haven't gotten to it. And I really, really do want to read it. And it is it is priority this month. Like if I don't get to anything else, I have to get to this book. Okay. I've chosen Inkspell by Cornelia Funk for the book I think represents Louie. And let me explain why. There's a character in here called Dustfinger, and he has a companion named Gwen, who is a horned marten. And the horned marten can be a bit aloof and aggressive to the people outside of Dustfinger's like friends, but he absolutely adores Dustfinger. He loves him so much, and their relationship is one of my favorite things in the story. And I feel like that relationship definitely represents Louie and I's relationship, and I think Gwen is a lot like Louie. So I feel like this is a really good pick for the Louie representation. Let me just say, totally calling myself out, like putting prompts representing each of my pets. I love my pets, okay? I'm gonna read this month if it's the last thing I do. Inkheart is one of my favorite books of all time. So yeah, there's that. All right, so book number 1 is Inkspell, and it's a middle grade, so even though it is a chunky read, it's 682 pages, even though it's that big, because it's a middle grade, it's gonna go fast. All right, on to number 2. And, oh God, it's red.
This is fine.
Maybe it won't be bad. A lot of times I'm able to make these work. And these have been going really, really good. So we got number 29. So while that did not give us a bingo, it was on the bingo card, which is cool. We are filling up quite a few spots on the bingo card. Going down at an angle, we only need 1 more. So that's really cool. And then there's a couple of rows where we just need 2 more. So hopefully, if not this time, soon. But then that would mean that everything starts over, like the next game. So all of the bad things that I've endured is back up for grabs, but all the good things are too. But if I get a bingo and there's any more cage rolls left, we just omit it and we just do mood reads, and I'll tell you which books I'm just gonna add on to my TBR, but I get to just pick whatever I want. So that's really exciting. But okay, so time to, let's do it like this. Time to pick out my red prompt. I'm gonna go over here, whatever this is. Okay, read a damaged book. So a book that I own that is damaged. Let me think. Okay, so I looked through my books, looking for one that was damaged, making a decision, and this book has a ripped page out. A full-on page has been ripped out. Luckily, it's the very beginning, so it's fine. I can still read it. But I read the first book in the Frank McCourt series, Angela's Ashes, which they're all memoirs, but I read the first one a couple of months ago. All of these books are gifts from my father, who is an Irish immigrant. He is a citizen, but he immigrated to America from Ireland when he was, I believe he was 18 years old. And this is the second book in the series of Frank McCourt's life. And I definitely want to finish it. So I will go ahead and add this onto the list. I really am excited to read it, but because I had such a hard-hitting month last month, I'm definitely probably going to save this book for the very end of August and start it then, like right before we hit September, to still give me that break. But I really wanted to read this, and I'm very excited to. The first book in this series is about him living in Ireland and the poverty that he endured. And then it ends with him coming to America, and this book starts off with him being an Irish immigrant in America as a young gentleman. So this is the second book on the TBR. On to spin number 3. Ooh, that was quick, but I'm gonna go ahead and count it. It is a green, it's number 68. So once again, not giving us that bingo. Got the green prompts here. So I'm just gonna shuffle them up a bit more. And we're gonna take this one. Adult fiction. That's so easy. So for the prompt, we got adult fiction, so it just needs to be fiction, and it needs to be adult, not YA. So I'm picking out this chunker, which is definitely adult and fiction. It is Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee. Oh my God, this thing is massive. But I've wanted to get to it so bad. I've been wanting to read this, and it's time, the time has come. So what this book is about, it's the third book in the Greenbone saga, which is about the Call family. They are a Kincanese family. They are a clan. They have powers when they wear jade, and they have a lot of responsibility. They're very well respected on the island of Kekon, where they reside, and they have been protectors basically of this island. However, there are other clans. There is political strife, unrest in this community, and there's a lot to do with family and loyalty, making sure their clan survives, putting one's family and clan above all else. It is a fantasy. I would put it around like the Game of Thrones level, a little bit less, but still really right up there. There's a lot of characters. There's different points of view. It jumps from character view to character view, giving that very different perspective, but going around the family, you get to know these characters very well, and you fall very much in love with them, but nobody's safe. So yes, I'm so excited to put Jade Legacy on the TBR. So currently this is where we stand. We got some thick boys. Cage spin number 4. We got a green. A lot of greens this time. And this one's number 70. Big developments here. Big developments here. So now we either need number 4 or number 56, but we have 2 different areas where we just need one more number, and we're gonna get that bingo. So that's exciting. Very exciting stuff. Let's see what's gonna be. Reread. A reread. Let me think. So that was difficult. I didn't really feel like rereading anything immediately, but I started thinking the series The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken, and I was remembering that I never finished that series. I read it right before I started up the next semester in college one year when I was going to college, and I don't think the last one had come out. So in order to read that last book, I want to reread the second book in the series, because I reread the first one probably about a year ago and I feel like it's still fresh in my mind. So I'm gonna reread the second book, and that one is called Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken. I'll put it here. This is a YA series. Children get superpowers, basically. Either they get superpowers or all the children that don't have those superpowers die. And it's very traumatic. It's a very scary experience at the schools and at home when children around them start dying. The government gets very scared. They don't understand what's happening, and so they put all the children that are still alive in camps, and it becomes very obvious that they're not good camps. They're like concentration camps. And the book really follows a group of these kids escaping this prison and them going on the run. That's what the series is about, and it was really interesting. It is a little bit YA, but I do still want to find out what happens in the third book, so I will be rereading that second book this month. Okay, so it's time for our last cage spin. This is the very last one. This has gone really fast. Woo! And there we go. It is number 5. Okay, so let's talk about this. We needed number 4 and we got number 5. Oh well. Good news is that I get a heart prompt, which means that it should be a book I really want to read, and I'm really excited about it. These are nice to me. These are the nice guys. So let's see what I get. Let's see here. Short book. Okay. I know what I'm gonna pick. Okay, so yes, I looked at this book. It's under 300 pages. It's 290 pages to be exact. I do deem books under 300 pages as a short book. I'm nervous, but excited to read this book. So this was highly recommended to me. It's for a secret vlog. It's definitely outside my general scope, but as we're going towards September, October, it's towards the end of summer at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and put a spooky book on my TBR. And plus, look at these colors. I do love these covers. It's like hot pink and purple and this vibrant blue. So I do feel like this color scheme still does give me summery vibes. Hopefully I'm gonna love it. We will see. Taking a gamble, but it is shorter. So this is my TBR plus my reread. I can't even remember the name of the book right now, but it's by Alexandra Bracken. It's the second book in the Darkest Minds series. And these are my TBR for the month of August. We'll see what happens. thank you so much for watching. I have nothing else. That's it. We're done. We've picked out our books. But if you had fun, please consider subscribing and liking this video. And until next time, Beck's Book signing off. Bye guys.